Hey, what's up, y'all? Y'all know my slogan. I don't know it all, but I know what I've been through. Now, before we get into this video, please make sure you head on down to Instagram and follow us on our official Instagram page at Hookah Anonymous _. We're able to be a little more explicit, a little more uncensored, and share content freely without running the risk of having our channel terminated. So, once again, make sure you head on down to Instagram and follow us on our official Instagram page at Hookah Anonymous _. We're almost at 100,000 subscribers, so if you like this video, make sure you subscribe and hit that bell so you're notified every time we drop new content. Now let's get into what you guys came here to see. Now, this is a topic we spoke about before in the past, and I feel it's a good debate because everyone has their own opinions and mixed feelings concerning the issue of pushing peace. Some feel that it don't matter who you pushing peace with, as long as you're pushing peace and showing the youth that it's more to life than just killing and spinning blocks. But then you got others that feel that a certain group of people pushing peace don't really matter because they were never into it with each other in the first place. So it may not be as impactful to the youth because they never seen y'all into it enough for them to understand the message of pushing peace. And to keep it honest with y'all, I'm in between the fence on this one because I agree with both sides, which is why I think this is a very interesting topic. On one hand, I understand Tay Savage's and them's perspective because it really don't matter who's pushing peace as long as it's being pushed with genuine intentions of trying to get the youth to stop the violence. But then on the other hand, I get what 600Breezy is saying because if you was never into it with someone or had any altercation, then how can you push peace with that person? There's no example to set for the youth because the youth never even seen y'all into it or knew y'all was into it to take it serious enough to learn from it because there's nothing to learn from. Because on the flip side, there's other bigger names who are very much invested into the drill culture and have made whole careers out of dissing their ops. And it's been well documented throughout the years. So if they came together, then it would make sense. Like Ruger and Mimo, right? I feel out of everyone, them sitting down and speaking publicly would be something people could learn from, because if you know the history between their brothers, to put all that aside and come together will be able to show not only the youth something, but older guys that know what's going on as well. So we're going to get into what Tay Savage had to say in regards to 600Breezy and his comments on the pushing peace movement. Y'all make sure y'all hit that thumbs up to get this video into the algorithm and subscribe to the platform if you aren't already. Now let's get into it. Now it all started when 600Breezy and Mimo600 were doing a no jumper interview with Adam22. Of course, Adam being Adam, asked him a question in regards to the drill culture and guys pushing peace. He would ask 600Breezy how he felt about Tay Savage pushing peace with FYB J-Man. This is what he had to say.
How do you feel about J-Man and Tay Savage pushing the peace thing?
What the f is that? They not into it with each other.
But they're both well known, so they're
Being that Black is from where Tay Savage from, and he is from where FYB, that don't make sense. They not into it. So what peace is being pushed between these two people? What type of peace is being pushed between Tay Savage and even Ruger? Like I sent him a picture with him. I see that, but where is the peace being put in that if them is not into it and ain't no bodies between them blocks or no type of history of beef? The world, it gotta be some that YouTube know to the world and know that's beefing. It gotta be somebody important from them neighborhoods that be pushing.
But that could be start of it, right? People who aren't into it crazy getting along, and then that could eventually
they not into it at all.
Yeah,
that's my thing. They not into it at all, bro. None of them is not into it at all.
But you don't feel like they kind of represent the other that they hang around, so it kind of lead into it?
No, because the internet know. So the smart don't know, going, boy, he from woo, what the they ain't even like they not doing. It gotta be. I feel like playing with that. I feel like it's really, if y'all really want to, do some real and really stop the peace.
Though, we been on this before they even came out with.
But you see what I just said though. Him and Ruger, the only ones that I think that's we really into it with them. Like, so if they do some like that, that's gonna
for y'all the hell gang. Like,
but.
Now it may sound a bit ignorant on 600Breezy's end, and some may even think that Breezy is just trying to keep the beef going. I even seen someone say to us, y'all only disagree because y'all trying to keep the beef going so y'all could profit off it. But that's not the case. And when it comes to what Breezy is saying, personally, I agree with him. The same way certain guys been dissing each other for years on YouTube and social media, something as little as a post or a screenshot of a DM between two guys coming together is enough to help change the narrative. And that's because the public watched both sides go back and forth on social media for years, so that's part of the source of information at this point. But if we seen certain people come together and squash their differences, then it would be bigger than others. Just think about if we seen Duck Alive do a song with Dirk, or if we seen Vaughn do a song with Duck, or if we see 051 Kiddo do a song with Tay Savage. These are the beefs that can really cause an impact if they were to be squashed. Then when Breezy says that he feels some of it is just for publicity, I understand him on that as well, because how many times have we seen the same guys who say they want to push peace do the total opposite in just the last year alone? Ruger, King Ella. I've watched King Ella say he's pushing peace in one breath, but then go ahead and make threats towards FBG Butter in the next. Or the weird games him and FYB J-Mane play where it seems like they're cool in one breath and then the next breath they dissing each other. J-Mane saying he smashed his baby mother, they're calling each other B-words, inviting each other to their privates. It's crazy. So it's definitely hard to take certain guys serious when it comes to pushing peace, because it's like, are you pushing peace for the sake of pushing peace, or are you just doing it right now because it's popular? Even in the songs, guys push peace, but getting these songs that act a whole nother way, and you can't say you're pushing peace, but talk about switches and spinning and rats. That's just blasphemy, right? But anyway, shout out to the Chicago Wave, because they will post a clip of Breezy speaking on Tay Savage and J-Mane pushing peace, and Tay will respond in the comments as he would say, quote, "I definitely respect at 600Breezy's opinion, but to be honest, I don't expect a lot of people to understand what I do or got going on." Now, me and @RealFYB J-Mane, not direct ops, but we did have an altercation with each other because of our hood's affiliations. I hate I gotta break all this down on the internet, but like I said before, I don't expect for everybody to understand. As for @Mimo600 and @JHG Ruger situation goes, I respect y'all doing something positive and keeping it off the internet for people not to know. I just ain't get why it's being mentioned now. I salute all you brothers though, and hope y'all continue to be good men to y'all communities and families. Handshake emoji. Now, one thing I do have to point out is the fact that right off the rip, Tay Savage let it be known that he respects Breezy's opinion. And he highlighted opinion, right? Because at the end of the day, that's all this is. It's just us throwing our opinions about how we feel about one thing and the next. That's all it is. None of this are facts. Now, like I said, one thing I could say about Tay, he's been leading by example since he came out of jail. Despite all the BS surrounding his name, he still was able to prevail. And I always tell y'all, it's the actions that count. Since he's come out, he's gotten himself together and started rapping. And he sounds decent. He signed a deal with Empire and kind of staying out the way, getting to a bag. And that's what it's about at the end of the day. After doing almost 10 years in jail, that ain't bad at all. He done passed some of these guys that's been rapping forever, just in the span of 1 year. So you must commend him on that. Not to mention, he seemed like he sees the bigger picture and not about the old BS that some of these guys been on for the last decade. But anyway, in Tay Savage's response, he would throw a sneaky little jab in there towards Mimo when he said, "As far as Mimo and JHG Ruger situation goes, I respect y'all doing something positive and keeping it off the internet for people not to know. I just ain't get why it's being mentioned now." Kinda almost like he's saying that since him and FYB J-Mane came together to push peace, suddenly Ruger and Mimo wants to come out and say they're pushing peace as well. And that's actually a good question, because I remember sometime in the beginning of last year, Mimo and Ruger was on Clubhouse making all type of threats to each other and going back and forth. I don't know what transpired since then, but like I stated earlier, with the history between them and their brothers, if they can come together and also show the world that you can put your differences aside, then I feel that's one of the good examples that can help change the narrative in Chicago. But moving forward, Mimo would catch wind of Tay's response and he would respond to it himself in the comments. Mimo will go on to respond saying, quote, "It's being mentioned now because all these washed up has-been shooters making kids think it's cool to watch all their friends and families die instead of showing them how to get some paper. MF want the shorties to think they're a killer, not I. I got kids who watch what I do. Keep me out y'all rap cap though on LA." Now with the has-been part, you could tell that he threw a little sneak jab at Bezu in there. And cause y'all already know what they got going on. Not to mention, he let it be known at the end, keep me out y'all rap cap. Pretty much telling him that, Tay and them, they got their rap cap going on, whatever the case may be, but you knew Mimo was going to throw his own shots. Now, someone will respond by telling Mimo he's dancing with weapons in his videos and ask him what do he think he's showing the kids and the message that he's putting out there. Mimo will respond by saying, quote, "That ish how long ago? Ain't posted a gun in my videos in years. I don't even diss ops on Steve. Some that might win over y'all head." Now, although I haven't seen Mimo in one of his own videos with weapons, have seen him in pictures with some, and even recently he was on live with the same type of energy, but I don't want to get too crazy. If y'all know, y'all know. Now, to end everything off, Tay Savage will post a message for New Year's to let us know that he don't want smoke with nobody for the year of 2024. He's pretty much focused on being a boss and want to further his career. He would take to his story to say, quote, "2024, I'm on all grown man boss-ish, 100 emoji. I plan on being more constructive to my family and my community. I'm definitely pushing peace for those who want it, and for those who don't, a lion in a cage is still a lion. If anybody feel any type of way about me, please DM me for my number so we could talk about it via FaceTime. I'm not with any internet beefs. Thumbs down emoji. I don't know what type of new life insurance policy that is, but I got whole term. Happy New Year though, everyone. I wish everyone good health and more success. Money bag and rocket emoji." Now, to end everything off, man, I do think that's the route to go. I think personally, if everybody could get on the same page and just focus on taking care of their families, the beef would naturally die down because everyone would be too occupied and busy doing something constructive. Have y'all noticed how a lot of these drill guys have changed recently? It almost seems a lot of them are traveling more, making money now, wearing jewelry, and just enjoying life, and that's what it's about. I think the fact that they're able to actually live life now, and enjoy the fruits of their labor, it's enough to change their perspective. It's unfortunate that a lot of people weren't able to make it to this point, but for the ones that did, a lot of them talk differently and have a different outlook on life. You can see it in their interviews. I was watching J Hood and Billionaire Black's interview with Cam Capone. Shout out to them for, coming together. Their beef wasn't really too crazy in the first place, but it's just the fact that it's a start of something. And for the youth to see that, or just the guys, period, to see that, it's a good look. I hope these guys are realizing that it's more to life. Taking care of your family, taking trips, go to different countries, feel how it feels to be free and not have to look over your shoulder 24/7 for a change. I think the more guys that help get their people out the hood, the more we may see a change, hopefully, right? I mean, there's guys that benefit off pushing the negative agenda, of course, about catching ops and rapping about it in every song, but even that, right? Hopefully we can get that to a minimum and see things change. But once again, y'all, it's a strong debate between guys pushing peace and who's pushing the peace. So y'all let me know what y'all think when it comes to the subject. Do you think it matters who's pushing the peace as long as they're pushing it? Or do you think it do matter about who's pushing the peace? All right? So let me know what y'all think in the comments below. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell so you're notified every time we drop new content. And remember, as long as you keep on watching, I'm going to keep on dropping. And I'm out.